Alright, it's about, what time is it? 11:46 p.m. at night. I'm supposed to be sleeping. Putting out content on Sunday. What do I look like? Hello viewers, me again. Another beautiful day or night. Yep. Hope your five senses work, health and strength is good. Or excellent. Alright, now, it's Sunday. Sitting here on a Sunday, checking out the gaming front and see what's happening here. Keep you guys in the loop, you know. Doing this in all good fun. You know, ain't bothering nobody, ain't harassing anybody. Just having fun with this. You know me, I like video games, by the way. Love it. So yeah. So yeah, I just do this for the fun factor. Ain't in competition with anybody. The only competition I have is myself. you know, try to put something out every day. You know, just have fun with it. If I get a view, I get a view. I get a like, I get a like. But I respect the process though. That's for sure. So ain't trying to outdo nobody. Nah. Me, I just found this and I'm like, oh, I could do this. That was my attitude. So yeah. Anyway, it's Sunday. 11:48 at night now. And what do we got? Alright, for you Steam Deck nerds. Alright. And you AMD fans. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. Valve made me... Okay, which one should I do first here? Let's see here. Steam just reached 38 million concurrent online users. Yeah, people are playing video games. Alright. See, Valve may be testing an ARM version of Steam. Alright. Okay, what's this one? AMD BIOS update is great for both Linux and Windows if you want a free performance boost. Alright, that's what I can do here. So yeah, I do this stuff for, it's all in good fun, man. Yeah. Anyway, alright, now let's see. Which one should I pick? Which one should I pick first? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Sitting here playing around here. Gotta turn this light on. Time to turn this light on real quick. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. See, I got my Star Wars in the back. Yeah. Anyway, what I got? Let's see here. Valve may be testing an ARM version of Steam. Okay. Earlier this year, Qualcomm debuted its Snapdragon X series of ARM-based processors for Windows 11 PCs. Many PC makers put the chip in the new notebooks. However, even though Qualcomm said that most Windows PC games would just work on Snapdragon X Elite chips, with the use of emulation running Windows games on Snapdragon X based on notebooks has not been universal. Now there's evidence that Steam, the biggest PC digital game store, may be in development for ARM-based PCs. A recent update from Valve is a test application was spotted on a third-party site, SteamDB, via Tom's Hardware, that shows a listed for Proton ARM64 EC-4 that may indicate Valve is testing an ARM-based version of Proton, which is Valve's layer of making Windows-based games playable on Linux OS and specifically on the Linux-based Steam Deck handheld gaming PC. Says here SteamDB page also seemed to indicate that Valve is testing an ARM-based Proton with a number of PC games such as Left 4 Dead 2, Deep Rock Galactic, and many more. While it's possible Valve could be testing these games to work on an ARM-based version of Steam Deck, it seems more likely that the company is working on a version of Steam that will run natively on the growing number of ARM-based Windows PC. As is usual the case with Valve, it's not mentioned officially that it's working on getting Steam to run on ARM-based PC. It could be a while before such a port is revealed, let alone launch. However, if ARM-based version of Steam is indeed in the works, it could be even more evidence that Qualcomm efforts to expand its Snapdragon chips Windows PC are gaining more developer support. That might be bad for its big rival AMD, and especially Intel, who reportedly got a takeover offer from Qualcomm in recent days. All right. So we got 4 comments here. Let's see what these politicians talking about here. AMD politicians or Steam politicians. What are they talking about? Let's see here. CCL said this: good. Hope more games support native ARM soon. And then who's this? Racco said this: risk V when. Anyway, and then Leon said this: don't wait standing up. And then Space Elf said this: when it was a major inroad into the desktop portable market, I'm guessing more towards 2027 and onward. Risk V is worming. It may be into everything, but it's still not really in much consumer-face equipment as main processor. Well, told you Valve was up to something, so little by little, Valve is dropping little news here and there. So keep you Steam fans happy. ARMS, Valve. Okay, we'll give it more time. All right, what's the other one I got here? Let me get through this. Let's see here. Okay, what else we got here on the gaming front? Alright, let's see, what's this? Oh, Steam. Okay, Steam just reached over 38 million concurrent online users for the first time. What that means is that people are playing video games. Anyway, Valve Steam PC game store and service have been experiencing a surge of new players over the past few weeks, which has caused its online concurrent player numbers to go way up as well. Last Sunday, Steam set a new record of 37,789,483 players online at once. Today, the number has blown away with a new record and a new milestone as well. Steam stat page showed that earlier today, the number of concurrent players on the service went above 38 million for the first time. Specifically, the new record is now 38,365,632 online Steam players. That's a whopping 576,149,000, that is, extra players using Valve service worldwide compared to the last record just set a week ago. A check for Valve most played page does not show that any new game released this week caused the new concurrent player record. However, it does show that a number of recently released games continue to be played a lot online. That includes titles like Black Myth Wukong, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, Satisfactory, Once Human, and yes, Bananas. It says here a number of Valve-owned games are also doing very well right now. Counter-Strike 2 and Dota are number 1 and number 2 respectively on Steam most played list. Valve's still officially unreleased latest game, Deadlock, is listed as the 10th most played Steam game, and it's still bringing in over 100,000 concurrent players. That's not very bad for a game that Valve has barely acknowledged exists. And it says these numbers could keep going higher as more highly anticipated PC games are released later this fall and in holiday season. Titles like Stalker 2, Hearts of Chronoby, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Marvel Rivals, and more could cause Steam to hit and exceed over 40 million online players for the first time very soon. Yeah, people are playing video games, folks. Yeah, they're gamers out there. So when you hear people say, I don't play video games, sure, that ain't what Steam said. Anyway, what else I got here? Sitting here playing around here. Sitting here messing with you people. Alright, let's see, what else we have here? What else we got? Oh, AMD BIOS update is great for both Linux and Windows if you want a free performance boost. Let's see here. There's two articles on this, by the way. I think I'm gonna try to get both of them. It says here AMD got 3 comments here too. AMD BIOS update is great for both Linux and Windows if you want a free performance boost. When AMD announced its Ryzen 9000 series desktop processor lineup at Computex earlier this year, the company touted big performance gain thanks to a massive 16% IPC instruction per clock cycle boost. Curiously, though, those claims did not quite materialize in the case of third-party reviews, and AMD pointed out that there could be bugs at play demonstrating how Windows account privilege could be affecting performance using Windows hidden admin account. AMD later explained that appropriate branch prediction optimization were missing in Windows 11 that were necessary for getting the best out of Ryzen, and especially Ryzen 9000 series CPU. This may well explain the superior performance Linux enjoyed against Microsoft Desktop OS. Says, as promised by the Redmond giant, the patch definitely improved performance pretty significantly by an average of approximately 10% in games, which is praiseworthy. However, mileage may greatly vary, as it was also found that Windows could literally be performing differently in one installation versus another, even though both may be perfectly clean installation, highlighting the inconsistency of performance on Windows. And then it says, besides the branch prediction and optimization patch, firmware was also released that raised the TDP of Ryzen 9000 series from 65 watts up to 105 watts. MSI told users to expect up to 13% performance boost thanks to the additional power of headroom and clock speed. Aside from the 105 TDP firmware, AMD was also working on a new firmware to address latency issues on the Zen 5 Ryzen 9000 series processor. This high core-to-core latency has been fixed on Windows side of things per the latest AMD generic encapsulated software architecture. Yeah, it says here, and PI is a platform initialization 1.2.0.1a firmware update. There. Anyway, it says tech outlet Phoronix tested the new 1.2.0.1a/1.2.0.h firmware on Linux, and the performance was found to be generally better on Ryzen 9950X with the new BIOS compared to the older one. The outlet noted that the geometry means of the two OS was within the margin of error, but individual tests do reveal bigger difference in one favor over the other. The site notes. Then they say, so far a limited number of benchmarks. There were changes to find in performance, but from all 385 benchmarks in total, overall the performance was rather flat for performance and no measurable difference in CPU power consumption. Then again, the AMD Ryzen 9950X performance under Linux with a wide variety of workload has been performing great already since launch day. And then it says you can find the full test data on Phoronix website here. Yeah. And what's here? What do we got on the comments? These AMD politicians always talking. Let's see what they got. Let's see here. Greg said this. Any benefits predicts for Zen 4 5800X 3D. Here I went back to Windows 10 with great effectiveness. Not about the FPS, but the smoothness of frames. No significant frame drops. Also, latency is just the greatest test with latency. He said using to play Warzone, that is very demanding to CPU. Overall, Win 10 is a lot faster. I've tested several clean installs, 10 to 11, and booting is a 2 or 3 seconds faster, but IOU feels the system way lighter. Ryzen 4 is Windows 10 bounded, I'm afraid, in terms of the best scenarios for gaming. And then who's this? Ellie said this. He said, see if I can get it. See if I can get his comment. He said Zen 3. And then Bikeman said this: any improvements for Ryzen 7000 series 7700X specifically will update to the latest HSA with the BIOS update soon as it's final and no longer beta for my MSI Pro B650V Wi-Fi motherboard. Doesn't run beta BIOS on Windows 11 Pro 22H2 till on Windows 11 Pro 23H2 till until 24H2 launches. Well, AMD software, the BIOS updates works its magic, you know. And this is good news for you AMD fans. I'm sure you got something to say about this. But anyway, let me keep moving here. See if I got anything else on the gaming front. Got to keep you guys up to date here. Let you know what's going on. Yeah, it's Monday right now, so 12 o'clock. Yeah. Anything else? See if I can find anything else. Keep you guys in the loop here. See. Oh, this was. What is this? It says Valve refunds GTA 5 purchase on Steam following anti-cheat issues on Steam Deck. Uh-oh, here's another one. This from eTechnics. It says here, Valve has begun refunding GTA 5 purchase for users playing on Linux and Steam Deck following issues caused by a new anti-cheat update. The update, introduced by Rockstar to enhance security and tackle cheating in GTA Online, has rendered the game incompatible with Steam Deck. As a result, many users have found themselves unable to access the online features of the game, sparking frustration with the community. GTA 5, one of Rockstar's best-selling games, saw the implementation of BattleEye, a kernel-level anti-cheat to combat cheaters. However, this update disrupts compatibility with both Linux system and Steam Deck, with which many users prefer for gaming on the go. Valve's decision to offer refund is a direct response to the situation, allowing affected users to reclaim their funds if they no longer wish to keep the game. And yeah, it says here, it says Steam, Pirate Nation said this: Steam is giving out refunds for GTA 5 since it doesn't work on Linux. And Valve refund policy for affected GTA 5 players is a relief for those who purchase the game on Linux or Steam Deck. Refunds are being processed within 24 to 48 hours and are credited back to users' Steam wallet. For players who still want to play the game single player mode, remain functional and unaffected by the update. Valve has also taken the step of removing GTA 5 from the verified list of Steam Deck games, acknowledging the issue and its impact on the handheld player base. This was intentionally done, man. You know, if it's not, you got Riot, Bungie, Rockstar, and of course EA. Yeah, that was intentionally done, but that was good that Valve refund the players. You know, maybe they'll start. They're probably going to start review bombing that game. They probably as the days goes on, you know. But I mean, this is affecting Rockstar really. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you can't. You know, it's not when you make a game, it's not about you. It's about the players. You know. And players like to play on different platforms, so you can't be you know, just limiting players. You know, I mean, if you're gonna make changes, you know, you got to communicate with Valve, and you know, and work whatever issue you need to work out. All right, let's see here. What else we got on the gaming front? Yeah, got to keep you guys in the loop here. See what else we got. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Oh, what's this? Oh, I just covered this about the Steam Okay. I covered this already. Oh, well, it's 20 minutes. Okay, I think I covered this. Alright. Anything else? Let's see if we got anything else here. After that, then we're done. Yeah. Figure I'd get this. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Oh, God of War Ragnarok PC ports suffer review bombs on Steam due to a PlayStation Network account. Well, the developers are responsible for that. Here they are. Let's see what they're talking about here. They're responsible. Let's see. God of War Ragnarok PC ports suffer review bombing on Steam due to PlayStation Network account requirement. It's like the Helldiver 2 incident, but for a single-player game, there's no excuse. Yeah, it says earlier this week, God of War Ragnarok made its way to Steam a year and 10 months after its initial PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 console release. Unfortunately for many users, it has launched with a PlayStation Network requirement despite being a single-player game. Mandatory check-in also means user can't launch the game while offline. It's a little surprise that the game is seeing high concentration of negative reviews on Steam page, particularly in the aftermath of Helldiver 2 incident, where Sony actually reversed the course. Granted, Helldiver 2 is a different case for two reasons. The primary reason is that Helldiver 2 launched without PlayStation PSN link requirement, so adding it after the fact would ruin the game for many legitimate customers, including those in areas where PSN is available. The second reason is that Helldiver 2 is of course a multiplayer game. Some sort of online requirement did make kind of sense, but Ragnarok has no such online multiplayer functionality, which makes it inability to launch into the full game offline extra frustrating, especially for Steam Deck and PC handheld users. And then it says, in a way, the review bombing for God of War Ragnarok is a shame because by most accounts the actual game is quite good. Additionally, the PC ports seem to be quite well optimized and feature completely, which come to expect from these PlayStation PC port. But it's always lovely to see from a game developed from console first. However, the shame here isn't on the reviewers, it's on Sony for forcing a complete unnecessary arbitrary PSN requirement on a single player game that doesn't need it. As always, measured like this, likely for DRM's sake, since there is almost no other conceivable reason for this requirement, only penalize consumers for purchasing the game. And then it says, with any luck, these gamers, Sony will reverse course as it did with Helldiver 2. If Sony really is learning what is best for PC players, as it claimed back then, it should start paying closer attention and not force PlayStation Network logins into games where there is no reason for it to be needed. Yeah, there's a saying in life: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know? And when they started this, it was intentionally done, you know. But this is the aftermath of it, you know. Yeah. All right. What else I got here? Okay, let's see. Let's see what else we got on the gaming front. Let's see if I can cover this. Okay, one more, then we're done. Alright, let's see. Okay, this is from Tom's Hardware. Expanded Steam growing compatibility light coming to ARM's chips with hundreds of Windows games. Valve testing ARM64 Proton compatibility layer. Got 8 comments. And let's see what they got here. About 3 paragraphs, I can get it. It says here, this could bode quite well for the future of ARM devices. It says on September 20th, Valve pushes changes to test application visible on SteamDB, indicating a massive list of games being tested with its Proton compatibility layer. Interesting. There is now also seems to be an ARM64 version of Proton, which exists to make Windows game playable on Linux. The version of Proton ARM64, EC4 is listed as being tested with literal hundreds of games, but particularly titles like Left 4 Dead 2 and Shadows of Mordor sticks out here, showing a wide range of possibilities with ARM64 Proton behind the scenes. It says, now what does all of this means? While Valve has yet to make any kind of official announcement regarding ARM64 support on Steam or for Proton, it clearly seems to be priority and part of its push for games on Linux in general now, though Valve seems to want to expand its Linux gaming audience for just x86 hardware and start folding in Linux ARM devices in line with ongoing efforts to improve gaming on Windows for ARMs. There are also some mentions of Waydroid, which means even Android ARM device may be getting Proton support, which could surely expand its audience significantly. Now, some suggest that this means Valve must be developing its own ARM device, perhaps even cheaper alternative to Steam Deck, but truthfully this seems quite unlikely, particularly considering the already low entry price of Steam Deck. More pressingly, introducing yet a lower yet more obscure ARM gaming device tier alongside the Steam Deck and its even successor seems questionable idea at best. However, improving support for ARMS devices in general is certainly in line with Valve's established history of backing the Linux gaming scene versus the lockdown window ecosystem. Then the last paragraph here says here, considering early stages of ARM gaming on Windows, Valve work on Proton for ARMs also raised some interesting long-term question for existing ARM devices, especially high-end Snapdragon X chips. Depending on how things shake out, we may eventually end up with Linux ARM gaming experience that is overall superior to actual Windows for ARM gaming, which could be a real treat for a proponent of Linux. As it currently stands, a very large number of games confirmed to work on Windows for ARMs already listed as being tested by Valve in these SteamDB changes. Yeah, that's it. So Valve and ARMs. We'll see what comes of this. And yeah, I talked about this earlier. So Valve and ARMs working together. As more news on this break, I will definitely let you know. But that's all the news I got to report, though. On the Steam Deck front of things, and keep you guys in the loop. Any more news come up, I'll definitely let you know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, the Star Wars Star Trek thing. Dark Side. Go home. Peace.